And Jordan is gone. Today is his first day working somewhere else. Now I didn't make any videos the last couple of days just because I've been kind of preparing myself for him being gone, so I had to kind of get my tool bag set up. I've been pretty lazy with him working with me. I've been, I would just show up to the site because I'm so busy running around. I would just carry literally service tech tools and that was it, right? And I would just show up to the site and we would use the same tools to do the job, right? Because there's no sense in carrying around twice the amount of tools when you don't necessarily need to, right? You just work together, you share stuff and whatever. That way, at the end of the day, I help him pack up, but he takes all his stuff and he's done it. If he has to do a service call, he just goes on. Anyway, that's not possible anymore. So I had to get my stuff set up. That's why it took a couple days. Plus, I had to get that domain purchased, and I had to get the hosting purchased for the Stonecraft, ornamental Stonecrafter. So I got all that purchased, got all that set up, got it all hooked up, got WordPress installed. So now it's just a matter of starting to upload everything. So it's progressing a little bit at a time, right? On the positive side, him being gone has kind of lit a bit of a fire under my ass, because now it's like, shit, I don't have the help. I was supposed to interview a guy on Friday. He no-showed. He didn't no-show. He canceled because he was sick. So I may wait on an apprentice that I have in school. I don't know, but or I might just go back to what it was like before. It was just me, man. Just me, just giving her. Because I like that simplicity. At the same time, it's more work on me. But I seem to work well under pressure, right? If I know I gotta be somewhere and I have to be there, I get it done, right? So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I like the fact that with him being gone and my other guy being in school, there's a lot of shit off my plate. I don't have to worry about feeding someone else, right? It's just worrying about me, my shit, what needs to be done. So it's I feel a lot better about that, right? So it's a new day, and I just keep plugging away. My streaming is going well. What have I been at it for like a week and a half now, and I got 3 subscribers, which in the grand scheme of things is tiny, but you know what? It gets it going, right? As long as I can progressively keep adding more, I'm good, right? Every day I stream a little bit. Also, every day I add a little bit more to the stream. I'll change the look. I registered with Restream, so now I stream to like 4 different platforms at the same time, right? I'll make accounts. I'll interact a little bit, right? So I think the next step, once I free up some time somewhere else, is I might start taking snippets out of the game. Record little sections of the game and make shorter YouTube videos of it. And then I'm going to keep doing these, of course, right? I feel pretty good today. I feel pretty positive. Now I'm just going to keep at it, right? What I've noticed is I'm not a naturally positive person. I don't know if it was because of the way I was raised, whatever. I'm just not. If I'm left with my own thoughts, this shit gets dark, and it gets dark fast. So I need music. I need audiobooks. I need motivational stuff. I have to keep putting it in to me. I have to keep making progress, however minimal it is. I gotta keep making it, because if I stop and it reverts back to my original programming ain't shit. It's gonna get right back to the negativity. It's gonna look at all the negatives, and then nothing's gonna happen. I'm gonna stay in that negative cycle, and it's terrible. It's a terrible, horrible thing to be stuck in. And I'm spinning here. I'm all like into it, but yeah, that's kind of what I realized. So I've been listening to a lot more music. I've been a lot more positive lately. You guys can, hopefully you can tell. But yeah, man, I'm just keeping at it one day at a time. So I'll show you guys what I'm up to today. Now with him gone, there'll be a lot more going on too on this thing. So videos will be a little bit longer. I mean, not the most entertaining thing, but hey, it's something. It's something to watch, right? And it's something for me to put up, and it's something for me to keep at, right? All right. So we got a couple service calls, and then I got to go swing my site and just make a order list so I can kind of plug away at it. It's gonna be a long week. It's gonna be a long week and a half because now that Jordan's gone, I gotta kind of get in there and pick up the slack on my own. So I'm kind of excited for it. I think I'm just gonna hook up my radio and just kind of crank it. Right? It's gonna be good. I think it'll be a good change. All right. First off, we got a no heat, and usually the first thing you do is look at the stat when you walk in. Found the problem. It needs batteries. All right, let's get these batteries changed and see how this does. All right, so this is the furnace room, if you want to call it that. And yeah. Oh, I installed this. I was gonna say it's a newer furnace. Needs a new filter, so I'll come back with a filter. Jeez. But yeah, it all appears to be good. It was just that, it was just the batteries. I don't have any on me. I'm running down the street to grab some from the corner store there. But I only have AAAs on me, and these are double-sided for now. Just jumpered it, right? If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, right? So don't go jumpering wires. That's a good way to destroy your furnace if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, she's running well, so I'm gonna go grab some batteries. Gotta love that parking job, eh? And that is all. She's on there nice and pretty now. With these program stats, if you don't ever want to run a program, you just set your temperature and then you make sure it says hold. Because if it does not say hold, it's just going to revert back to whatever the program is. So it would look like that. So you set your temperature. We're going to do it 20 because no one's living here. And we'll just hit hold. That's it. Easy peasy. On to the next one. Okay, so I got in. All I did was I went upstairs and I just basically turned the thermostat off and turned it back on, and everything fired up. Everything appears to be working fine. So the way it works is this guy, burner's turned on, heat up the primary, the water heats up. This is where the water is. This all heats up, and then as this reaches temperature, which is currently set to 120 degrees. So when this reaches 120 degrees, this pipe through this guy right back here, the sensor, this circ pump down here will turn on. It'll start to circulate the water all through all this stuff to your boiler upstairs, or all the pipes, I mean, sorry, upstairs, the rads. And then as the colder water comes down, it cools this back down, and then it gets below 120, and then your circ pump turns back off. See, it just clicked there, so the pump just turned off. So it'll keep doing that as the water gets warm, and it stays warm until the house reaches temperature. That's kind of how it works. And it appears to be working fine. I have a feeling it was possibly a bad connection at the thermostat. I'll go double check it. Maybe I'll push the bolt out a little bit and make it work. So, there wasn't anything really wrong with it. It was just, I literally went inside, touched the thermostat, and turned it off, turned it on, and turned it down and turned it up, and everything was good. Everything fired up. Everything worked perfectly. No issues at all. So yeah, I went to the stat. I pulled out there's a little contactor in there. I just threaded it a little deeper so it contacts a little sooner. maybe it hit the plastic and didn't contact completely, and I also, on the other side, there's a little piece of copper. I just kind of bent the tab just a wee bit so the contact will touch nicely. And if it gets really cold, it kind of, with the copper sticking out like that as it hits the piece of metal. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. Oh, I'll go like this. With the contactor, because there's a steel plate and then there's a copper piece that kind of sits on it a little bit off. So all I did was I kind of bent it out a little bit, just a wee bit more. And then there's the bolt. So this is the copper piece, this is the bolt. So if it hits it and it gets really cold, it might scrape a little bit and maybe make a better contact. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's all working good, so they're going to have heat soon. All right, now to go make a material list at a couple jobs. But you won't see that because it's going to be quick. I'm literally going to be in and out. And you've seen those jobs already, so I'm just going to put a list together and get on those tomorrow. Right now I'm just kind of dealing with service calls. All right, next time you see me, I'll be at home or at office. So of course, as usual, I get called into a service call at 9:30 at night. But hey, that's the nature of the industry, right? It's when there's no heat, your ass is the one that's got to come and help people out. So of course I show up and it's something silly. It's because of the dummy that installed the AC. We sat the coil for the AC directly on top of the furnace. What the hell you think is going to happen? That coil's going to plug up and then that furnace is going to overheat. Anyway, it's overheated enough times now that the high limit finally stopped working, so they need a new high limit. So we got them some heat for tonight, just so that they don't, nothing freezes, nothing breaks. So we got them heat for tonight, and I'll have to go back tomorrow morning with the part because they don't want to pay what it's going to cost to get a part tonight. So got that done, so finally done for the day. I actually got home after work, man, and I blacked right out. I blacked right out. You know what, I'm hearing something. I'm gonna pull over and take a look. But yeah, I got home after work and I wasn't feeling it. I went to lay down out cold, and you know what, I'm gonna stop. I gotta check this. I gotta find out what the hell is grinding here. Grinding on the ground, or maybe my fender, or this guy here. What the fuck is that thing? I got one on that side, okay. Yeah, it must have just been grinding. I don't see nothing else, but that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I don't know why it would have been grinding. That's what happens with these cars that are so low to the ground, man. You hear some grinds and automatically panic, right? Better to pull over and check than damage something. Anyway, back on my way home right now. I'm gonna stream for a bit and kind of see if I can accomplish anything else on that website tonight. One day at a time, right? Okay, let's plug you back in. All right, talk to you soon. How am I doing? Pulling in here like I've been having a few drinks. Look at this. I was backing right into that, and then I did the same thing just over here in this pile. Look at the amount of snow I have. Isn't this nuts? It's crazy. It's like non-stop. I'm just done with it already. I'm done with it. I can stop already. It just goes on, and like what you don't see is that, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a giant pile of snow behind me. That's the giant pile of snow. Look at this. This is huge. Just in case you don't kind of get, like, that's a tall truck. This is higher than it. That's my van. This is higher than it. There's a camper back there. Isn't that great? The amount of snow we got this year, just like, I don't get it. I don't get it.